Murder charges were just filed against this Michigan state trooper who hit this 25-year-old man with his unmarked cruiser during a police chase.
Where's the Burger King? Burger King!
Today, we filed the following charges against Brian Keeley: 1 count of murder in the second degree, a life offense.
Unbelievably, in the same county, within weeks of each other, another police officer hit this 17-year-old kid.
Bailing out, bailing out.
Copy, bailing out.
And it was just announced that he gets off scot-free.
Looks like the tire essentially caught his left calf, pulling off his shoe and kind of a slingshot down. You saw it was a violent fall to the ground. There is a black object that turned out to be a cell phone in his hand. Did not believe there was a sufficient basis to file any criminal charges against the deputy.
What's with the different treatment between these two cases? Let's take a look. Both of these people who are basically struck with police cruisers during chases both happened in Kent County, Michigan. And the first one happened on April 8th, and this involves 17-year-old Riley Doggett. According to the prosecutor, he said that an automated plate reader flagged this Range Rover in Wyoming, Michigan around 7 p.m. It was less than an hour after the same vehicle and a stolen Nissan were chased by Holland police, a pursuit that reached 120 miles per hour. The deputy had information that the vehicle was coming, according to the prosecutor. He knew about the chase in Holland. He knew that the Holland police had basically chased it all the way to the county line. And so he was picking this up at this point in time. And you can see exactly where the police officer spots the white Range Rover, at which time the white Range Rover takes off.
Canine, I just ran the car trying to get past me.
I copy.
Canine, it's eastbound right now on 44th. I think it might be damaged. Permission to continue?
4042, copy.
Current speed's 70. Does appear that he may have damage to his vehicle.
Speed's at 70, possible damage to the vehicle.
Continuing eastbound, passing division. Current speed's 40.
Eastbound, passing division.
Yep, I got one of the tires. Looks like it's smoking. Just coming to a full stop at the red light at Eastern. Looks like we're going to be going northbound.
Copy, turn northbound.
K9, he is northbound in the southbound of Eastern. Let me see if he corrects here in a second. K9, we're coming to the red light at Division. Just coming to a full stop. He's going to be turning northbound.
Copy, turn northbound.
Bailing out, bailing out.
Copy, bailing out.
Can I get permission from 4042 to start that way? 40. Yeah, let's get everybody over there.
So that happened on April 8th of this year. Then on April 17th of this year, we had the Samuel Sterling death. Here's what happened in that case. On April 17th, members of a Metro Grand Rapids crime task force found Sterling, a probation absconder, who was wanted on felony warrants that police have not enumerated, minor detail. They say when they approached, Sterling ran away. Several officers chased him on foot into the parking lot of a nearby Burger King, as did Officer Keeley in an unmarked vehicle.
Sterling, get your hands in the air right now! You're about to get tased! Sterling! Where's the Burger King? Burger King!
Video shows Sterling running away and then being hit by the unmarked cruiser on the sidewalk leading into the restaurant. Sterling can be heard shouting in pain. He was pinned up against the wall for a few seconds before the cruiser backed away slightly. One of the body cam videos shows that as he fell to the ground, he clutched his stomach.
Sterling, get on the ground right now!
need medical started for a suspect? Can we have a med 1 right now, please?
The video shows officers called for medical aid and told Sterling not to move and to focus his breathing while they awaited the EMT's arrival.
What's that? Case go bad? What's that? Case that went bad? He's in custody. What's going on? So he got pinned into the wall. He is conscious, mobile, moving on the ground. His cuffs are in front because his back hurts. Cuffs need to stay on. Do the best we can. He's wanted violent felon. So we're at. His name is
Pushed in the wall by
that vehicle right there.
another person or okay, by a car?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was trying to get that.
Did he get bumped? Did the car bump him into the building, or did he actually get pinned between the vehicle and the building?
Both.
Okay.
Sterling was hospitalized and died hours later. His death certificate shows he sustained multiple blunt force injuries. In his statement, Officer Keeley's attorney pointed out that the unmarked car had flashing lights and a siren that were both on. Nevertheless, following an investigation, here is the Michigan Attorney General announcing murder charges against Officer Keeley for hitting this man, Samuel Sterling.
Hello, I'm Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel. Shortly before noon on April 17th, 2024, Michigan State Police Detective Sergeant Brian Keeley, as part of the MSP Fugitive Task Force, attempted to bring Samuel Sterling into custody when Mr. Sterling fled by foot. A number of MSP troopers and other local law enforcement agents proceeded to chase Mr. Sterling, both in their vehicles and by foot, when the vehicle Detective Sergeant Keeley was driving turned and struck Mr. Sterling in a nearby fast food restaurant parking lot. Mr. Sterling was transported to the University of Michigan Metro Health Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries later that day. My office has reviewed multiple police reports from other officers on the scene, read the accident reconstruction report and autopsy, as well as watched body cam footage and surveillance videos from neighboring businesses prior to completing our investigation. We have found that Detective Sergeant Keeley's actions that day were legally grossly negligent and created a very high risk of death or great bodily harm, which could have otherwise been prevented. As a result, today we filed the following charges against Brian Keeley in the Kentwood 62B District Court. 1 count of murder in the second degree, a life offense, or alternatively, 1 count of involuntary manslaughter, a 15-year felony. It's important to note that a criminal charge is merely an allegation and that the defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. Public integrity is a top priority, and my department remains dedicated to providing a thorough and just review and resolution in each case brought before us. It was equally as important in this matter that our review was swift, both for Mr. Sterling's family, the greater Grand Rapids region, and the law enforcement community at large. Out of respect for the victim's family and the legal process, we will not be providing further detail or comment outside of what we present before open court.
Now, jumping back to the Riley Doggett case, contrast that with this statement from the Kent County prosecuting attorney declaring that no criminal charges at all are going to be filed against the Kent County deputy who ran over the other guy, Riley Doggett. Or, as he explains it, he didn't really run him over. It was really a tragic accident that he can't be held accountable for because he's a police officer. And also because the victim didn't deserve basic constitutional rights because he didn't deserve it.
From his statement, he was trying to cut him off from going into the neighborhoods in the back there. Tried to pull in front of him. Looks like the tire essentially caught his left calf, pulling off his shoe and kind of a slingshot down. You saw it was a violent fall to the ground. So that's what occurred there, and based on everything I think, if you look at it, it's not showing up there now, but he was doing about 22 miles an hour. He also says, and from the video, I also can show you, he believes there may be a gun involved. Right there, maybe you can see right there, you can get it a little bigger, but there is a black object that turned out to be a cell phone in his hand. He was caught in the The force, he had a broken hip. The force slammed his head to the ground, causing head injuries that caused his demise. So based on all this, based on the facts and circumstances, they did not find a basis to charge the officer. So looking at all that, I did not believe there was a sufficient basis to file any criminal charges against the deputy.
And here's my big problem with this. In neither one of these cases would deadly force, traditional deadly force, have been justified based on the totality of the information, the totality of the facts known to the officer at the time the force occurred. The only way to justify either one of these deaths is basically mistake. I don't for a second buy the claim that the officer believed that this was a more serious situation because the cell phone in the hand appeared to be a gun. He clearly, if you watch it slowed down, he clearly tried to just use the vehicle as a weapon, not to kill him, I don't think, but just to knock him down, to make it easier for probably his out of shape body to catch this kid, this 17-year-old. So the kid's going to outrun him unless he can knock him down with his car. And I think that's what he's doing, is he's just being lazy and he's seizing an individual using his car, which he should not be allowed to do unless deadly force is authorized, which it's not under those circumstances, because he couldn't have shot him justifiably under those circumstances. So he can't run him over with his car. He can't use his car as deadly force in lieu of a firearm. That would still be deadly force, and therefore also is not justified. So his only excuse, which is what his excuse is that it was a mistake. That he just sort of meant to kind of cut him off, and the tire accidentally, basically dragged the kid down to the pavement. And looking back at the other one, it seems like the mistake defense is also being made, but I don't see where the officer's statement is being provided to the public. Perhaps there isn't one yet. So what is the difference? At least the Michigan Attorney General recognizes that we have juries to decide disputes of fact. If the officer is claiming it wasn't intentional conduct, that it was a mistake, maybe he hit the wrong gas pedal or the wrong pedal, well, a jury can hear that evidence and decide whether or not they believe it. Whereas the Kent County prosecuting attorney, he's not going to put it in the hands of a jury. He is going to decide himself, he believes the officer, and that he absolves the officer of any wrongdoing. And he's not going to allow a jury of his peers to even make that decision. But when citizens interact with law enforcement, how many times are they shot to death under the premise that they are using their vehicle as a deadly weapon potentially against the police? So when citizens do it, they can be instantly executed by the government. And when police officers use their vehicles as weapons and kill people, whether intentional or negligent or completely accidental, well, they get the benefit of the doubt. And they don't even have to answer to a jury of their peers. Both of these police officers are responsible for the death of somebody who should not have died. Police officers do not get to be judge, jury, and executioners and just kill anyone who decides to run from them. We have due process in place for that. So when it happens, and it shouldn't have happened, there needs to be accountability, just like doctors are held accountable when they accidentally kill somebody that they're operating on, just like lawyers are held accountable when they screw up somebody's case. Police officers, and there's a whole lot more of them, need to be held accountable. It's just part of being an adult. So one police officer here is being held accountable, and it sounds like he's actually very sorry for what happened here. And the other police officer is being protected. He's being hidden. I don't even see where really his identity or any of his statements have been discussed at all. He's being completely protected. And this is in the same county in Michigan. So I'll continue to follow this. Please subscribe at thecivilrightslawyer.com. And here, if you have a video you want me to review, please use the submission link below. You can follow me on X at John Bryan ESQ. You can follow me on Facebook at the John H. Bryan Attorney at Law page. Our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.